All right, Sunday Intel brief. No reason to waste any time. Let's get right to it. So this story came out in like late September. It just recently came to my attention. So I'm going to share some information with you guys about it. It may have evaded your attention as well. So I think it warrants some discussion. So there was a 300 SIM card server network discovered in New York City. So let's get into the summary. U.S. Secret Service investigators dismantled a 300 server SIM card network operating in the New York City tri-state area. The system contained over 100,000 SIM cards and was capable of generating up to 30 million text messages per minute. It was positioned within 35 miles of Manhattan and the United Nations headquarters. Officials believe the network posed a potential threat to telecommunications, emergency services, VIP protection or operations, and national level cybersecurity. While the full attribution is ongoing, which means they really haven't figured out who is responsible, at least that's what they're telling us, several law enforcement sources report possible links to actors associated with China, which makes perfect sense, though no final public conclusion has been announced. So key points. Obviously, the scale of the network is alarming. 300 plus SIM servers seized across multiple New York City area locations. Over 100,000 SIM cards active, with additional cards staged for rapid deployment. SIM farm capable of functioning as a telecom level denial of service weapon. Key phrase, denial of service weapon. Don't miss that. Number 2, capabilities identified. Ability to send millions of texts per minute, enough to overwhelm cellular infrastructure. That is the goal. That's the idea behind this type of attack. The potential exists also to disrupt 911 systems, emergency communications, and cell tower operations. Again, not things that are desirable. Another point is support for anonymous, encrypted communications between foreign actors and criminal networks. That's always something that we need to be aware of as well. And it could be used for mass swatting, political intimidation, or infrastructure sabotage. These are just some of the ways that a system like this could be utilized for bad purposes. Number 3, the trigger for investigation. Initial lead originated from swatting incidents and threats targeting U.S. government officials. The Secret Service Advanced Threat Interdiction Unit traced the calls back to the SIM server clusters. Number 4, we'll talk about evidence recovered. Telecommunications servers, computers, and mobile devices. Illegal firearms and narcotics were found on site at some locations. Large volumes of digital data now undergoing forensic review. So it looks like it was a lot of sensitive information that was recovered and is currently in the process of being exploited by the United States federal government. That could be good. We shall see. Number 5, timing and strategic concerns. The network was positioned and active around the time of the UN General Assembly, when global leaders gather in New York City. Officials also state that the system posed a credible risk to protective operations and large-scale civilian communications. This is the kind of thing that could cause a lot of issues in the event that it is flipped on or turned operational. Let's talk about attribution and threat assessment. Some U.S. law enforcement sources believe the equipment and operation may be linked to the Chinese government. Wow. Citing sourcing patterns and smuggling routes. So no official public attribution has been released yet, but investigators state nation-state involvement is likely. With an operation of this scale, that's highly likely, right? That's going to be, I'd be surprised if it wasn't a nation-state. Let's talk about the impact. If activated, this network could have crippled New York City mobile communications during a major international event, disrupted emergency services, including 911 access, provided secure channels for foreign intelligence operations, and created cascading instability during a high visibility moment. And that's the kind of situations which other actions could thrive on. It would be a situation where everything would be somewhat a perfect storm to begin doing other nefarious deeds when you can interrupt communications at this type of a level, even if it's localized in a general area. That's going to be the groundwork or the foundation for more things such as terror attacks or bombs, shootings, mass shootings, etc. Hopefully we never have to find out, but I mean, that's the way this stuff goes, guys. And let's talk about the bottom line for civilian defenders. This incident demonstrates that hybrid warfare now includes telecom disruption and SIM-based attacks, not just cyber intrusions. Nation-state actors are testing non-kinetic tools within U.S. borders. All of the evidence directly points to that sentence right there. Nation-state actors are testing non-kinetic tools within U.S. borders. Don't get it twisted. That's what we're looking at. And that's why I felt like it was legitimate and necessary to have this conversation. And then also, large cities remain vulnerable to network level interference during critical events. Yes, of course. And then civilian defenders and communities must understand the communications threat landscape, especially during emergencies, guys. So that's the information I have available for you in regards to this particular situation. I will lay in a couple of hyperlinks in the description section so that you guys can follow up on this information and go down this rabbit trail on your own time. But as just a bit of a primer, I wanted to go ahead and share the information that I had in front of me. So if you enjoy this content, be sure to interact. Let me know that it is beneficial and of value to you, and I will see you soon.